Hello and thank you for joining us. 133 cardinals of the Catholic Church will vote again Thursday after not reaching a consensus to elect a new pope on the first day of the conclave. Black smoke rose from the Sistine Chapel's chimney in Vatican City Wednesday evening. White smoke would have meant Habemus Papam, or we have a pope. Well, the process started Wednesday morning when the cardinals were locked inside the 15th century chapel to mark the start of the conclave. It's the largest group of cardinals to ever vote. A candidate must get 2/3 of the votes plus one to be elected as the next leader of the Catholic Church. Votes are burned after each ballot. The last three popes have been elected in 2 or 3 days. The conclave must begin 15 to 20 days after the death of the previous pope. This is taking place 16 days after Pope Francis died from heart failure and a stroke. He was buried at his favorite church, the Basilica of St. Mary Major in Rome. CBS News papal contributor Frank Rocca joins us now from Rome. Frank, what was the reaction like in St. Peter's Square after that black smoke was emitted through the chimney, signaling the cardinals failed to elect a new pope?
Well, I think there was a lot of relief because the signal came a lot later, a full hour later than most people expected it to. So, well, really more than an hour. They had spoken about a little after 7. It came at 9 o'clock. And so people were in good humor. They were cheering every once in a while when a seagull would land near the chimney and so forth. But when it finally happened, I think they were very happy that everything was going according to plan and there hadn't been some strange mishap. People were saying, what is it? Is the stove not working or maybe somebody's sick? So that's not the case, and so they move ahead.
What happens next? What does tomorrow look like?
Well, tomorrow we have, and it should go more quickly this time, they will have 2 votes in the morning and 2 votes in the afternoon. We will only get smoke midday unless the first vote in the morning elects a pope, in which case we'll get smoke right away, and we will know that it's going to be white smoke because they only wait every 2 votes otherwise. And then 2 votes in the afternoon. In the last 2 conclaves, it was in 2 days. So there's a good chance it could be again tomorrow, the second day. If it goes longer, it'll get more interesting, let's put it that way, less predictable.
Why is it your view that the voting will go more quickly tomorrow?
Well, because first of all, they don't have the preaching that they had at the beginning of this initial vote. That's different, and also I think they will learn the process a little bit. A lot of these are elderly men in large part. Many of them have never voted before, so you can imagine that they haven't had a dress rehearsal, and so they could be stumbling through these things and imagining that they might have to learn it. So I think it will go more smoothly tomorrow.
And a new CBS News poll finds 42% of Catholics in the U.S. want the next pope to be like Pope Francis. But we have 133 cardinals, and they're diverse in terms of age, in terms of background, geography, and ideology. What are some of the characteristics you think they will be looking for as a whole in the next leader?
Well, I think there's a broad base that agrees that the next leader should continue pursuing the social justice, peace, environment, these causes that Pope Francis really emphasized. I think there's a wide range of support for that, whether you're talking about theological conservatives or theological liberals. There's not much disagreement about that. Now, with a different style, probably, than Pope Francis, because he was pretty unique. Now, there was more disagreement, let's say, on, for example, traditional teaching on sexuality. That's a real hot-button issue that has divided the church. For example, the African bishops refused to implement Pope Francis's permission for blessing same-sex couples. They refused to do that, and he backed down in their case. So there are divides in the church, and that's something that some people want more a unifier. And the Mass today, before they went into the conclave, the Dean of the College of Cardinals urged them to look for communion and unity.
Frank Rocca, thank you so much.
Thank you.